Pisces, this is going to be your August reading for 2018, or the rest of August. This is going to be an 11-card Celtic cross spread. Okay. This is in Pisces rising, sun and moon signs, highest, best, good, along with whatever they most need to hear about concerning the rest of August 2018. I hope you guys are well. Thank you for being patient with me. My daughter just started going to school again a couple of days ago, and so now I'm going to have a lot more time than I have been having to be able to get things done. So this retrograde season has really thrown me for a loop. I don't know about you guys. Hopefully you guys have survived it so far and will continue to, and possibly even flourish. Okay, one more shuffle and then I'll start picking your cards. Be interesting to see what comes out. Ooh. Okay, I'm going to pull a couple of clarifiers and then I'll show you the cards. Okay. All right. I'm going to show you the original 11. I'm going to adjust this a little bit. And then after I show you the original 11, I'll start reading and I'll show you the clarifiers as we go. So your central experience for the rest of August is the 7 of Wands. Your challenge or countering situation to that is the 3 of Swords. What is helping you is Justice. At your root of your being is the Wheel of Fortune. Very good. I see some challenges in here, but I have a very distinct feeling that you're on the right track and there's nothing that's going on that you can't handle. So the recent past, you have the 6 of Pentacles. Your best possible outcome. is the Queen of Wands. I believe you got her in your general reading for July. She may have even been in the same position. Okay. Your near future. You have the Nine of Wands. You right now are the Seven of Pentacles. In your surroundings, you have the Six of Cups. Your hopes are the Ace of Wands. And your general outcome is very good. You have the Four of Wands. I think Scorpio had this too in the same position, or a couple of signs did. I think Capricorn did too. I don't know if you have a Capricorn or a Scorpio in your life, or if you have those energies within your own being too. This could be linked to that somehow. Okay. Your central experience for the rest of August seems to be centered around standing your ground about something. And I even got something specific with this that said something like maintaining space, clearing space, making space, maintaining space. Space for yourself or space away from other things. I'm not really sure, but I guess we'll go into it. You are in a position of being in, have higher ground in this situation, which can barely talk. I'm still recovering from these retrogrades and dealing with them. Even though Mercury has gone direct, it's still in the slow. It takes a couple of weeks for it to get its normal full speed. You'll just have to be patient with me. So you're in a position of having higher ground in the matter, which leads me to believe that you are just, or you're coming from a just place or a just perspective on the matter. You may just simply have a lot going on right now where a lot of things are blocking you or challenging you from being able to get to where you're going, as in your goals, where you're trying to get to. But this isn't anything that you can't handle as long as you stay focused and intent on your goal. You definitely have to address these challenges or these obstacles that are in your path, but as long as you stay focused on handling them in the most efficient manner, you should be able to succeed no problem. So I pulled a clarifier for this to help me explain this a little bit better. And I got the Chariot, which again is all about going towards your goals, taking yourself to where you want to go. Feeling, this also has to do with focus. If you notice, the Seven of Wands is a 7, and the major arcana card, the Chariot, is also a 7. So I'm getting, you have to stay focused. That is your major challenge. This is your major experience for the rest of August, is to stay focused on your goals and to not back down or be intimidated by any small obstacles or annoying things in your path to getting to where you want to go. So I think that's pretty straightforward. So your challenge is the Three of Swords, which speaks of things like sadness, heartbreak, loss, grief, feeling disappointed. Possibly there's been some kind of situation going on where you have to stand your ground or you have to make space to possibly even resolve this situation or address this situation. And I'm going to say why I get that. I pulled a clarifier to go with this to help me explain it. And I got the Ace of Swords, which is clear communication, making decisions, communicating in general, communicating where you're at, what you think, how you feel. This could also be messages being sent your way or messages that you have received. So you may have received a message or some information that has caused you a great deal of sadness. Perhaps it was bad news, or it was something you weren't expecting that has been disappointing. Or you suddenly became clear about something. This may even be a situation involving another person who is going through heartbreak or sadness, and you recently have become aware of the fact that they are dealing with this. That's one possibility. Another possibility is that you are sad about something or heartbroken about something, but perhaps you have kept this to yourself and you haven't said much to other people about what you're going through. And your main challenge is to finally open up and speak about this. And this could be taken in so many different ways. Some possibilities are that this is something from the past that has been lodged in your body or in your emotional body that you need to get off your chest and actually speak about. This could be things like counseling or going to a trusted friend that you know will hold space for you to be able to get this off your chest or talk about this on whatever it is that you're going through. This can be also opening up lines of communication with someone else who is going through this grief or this sadness. This can also be addressing the sadness or the grief by finally stating what you know or what you have found out or what you think about this or how this could possibly be healed or resolved. Or it could be finally becoming clear on the fact that you really are disappointed and sad. Perhaps you've been trying to stay happy or stay positive about something that really is just causing you a lot of sadness, and it's time to admit this to yourself. Something like that. But this is your challenge. Your challenge is to speak up about this or to talk about this with someone or for someone else to talk to you about this. Or it's a challenge to decide what to do. Let me see if I can do this. To decide what to do about that. Something like that. So what is helping you is justice, which gives me a really good feeling when I see this. This leads me to believe that everything will come out okay in the end or be addressed in a fair, just manner, especially if you communicate. And again, there is something in here about you may need to make some kind of major decision, whether to keep something, release something, or let go of something. To use your sword of truth first to communicate, to weigh and balance, look at all of the pros and cons, all of the different facets of the matter, and then come up with some kind of a decision after you have weighed. And that decision could have to do with cutting something out with your sword of truth or eliminating something, or it could be to keep the situation and figure out some way to make it more just or fair. If you, for some odd reason, are having to deal with some kind of court issue, this says that you will have a just outcome to your situation. Yeah. I am getting something in here that may be for one person or a couple of people that may possibly be going through a divorce at this time, in which case you need to speak up about the things that you have had to endure in the past concerning this marriage or relationship or partnership of some kind, And it's only until you have the verdict or the outcome of this divorce where you can fully be able to move forward towards your goals, or possibly even move. You may need to have this decided in order to move to a new location, to have things set in place or certain rules in place so that you can move forward. But luckily for you, justice is on your side, and justice is what's helping you. So anything that has been unfair in the past or that you feel has been unjust will be righted. And if for some reason it is not going to be righted by the justice field, which I'm getting that it will be resolved, or you will have a good outcome to this, it can also be saying the karmic laws of justice that are part of the fixed laws of the universe and have nothing to do with human beings. So whether or not this gets righted by actual people, it will still be righted by the universe without you having to do too much at this time, because you have been coming from a good place with this, or you have good intentions, or you really just want to be done with this and have the decision made so that you can move forward. So at your core, or your root of your being, you have the Wheel of Fortune, which is wonderful. I think I remember you had this card last month for your general reading. So this is telling me that you still have luck on your side. Things are still improving and getting better. Things are changing, which means that a lot of fluctuations are happening, or ebbs and flows, or things are being rearranged in your life, which sometimes can feel disconcerting because it's hard to find a central core of balance when the wheel is turning, unless you're in the middle of the wheel. If you were on the end of the wheel, you would be rising to the top and then being run over. So the best thing for you to do is to have faith, have trust in your own innate luck at this time, and the fates have something lovely in store for you. The fates seem to be conspiring in your favor. There's no way of really telling exactly what they have in mind, just that it will be good for you, and it'll be a positive experience, and things are slowly getting better. So continue to move with the wheel, be flexible with the wheel, and accept how things are turning. And as long as you do that, you should see things improving, and definitely see physical signs that things are improving over time from here on out. You're definitely feeling lucky, or you are lucky at this time. And also there's a big emphasis on truth in here. So as long as you are being truthful, then you should expect really good things to happen. And you can expect truth from around you as well. So in your recent past, you have the Six of Pentacles. This leads me to believe that in the recent past, your money situation, or your financial situation going on in your life is improving. If you have had lack go on in the recent past or in the past, it seems like you are finally getting some kind of results, or you're noticing that things are getting better, especially when it comes to things like give and take, equal respect, and exchange. Exchange of energy is very fair at this time, or in the recent past. You may have received some kind of a big gift, or a gift of some sort, or a grant, or some kind of support, which you deserved. You deserved this equal exchange and this gift based off of things that you have been through in the past and things that you have evolved in the past. So if you have needed anything, it has been provided to you. And you can expect people to be fair in their dealings with you, especially in the recent past. So your best possible outcome is the Queen of Wands. I believe you had her in the exact same position last month. And I think if I remember correctly, it was with the King of Wands and it was the couple or the pair. But now this month, it seems to be just focusing on the Queen rather than the King and the Queen, or just the King. So your best possible outcome is to stand in your power, stand in your strength, to be protective. I'm getting especially of young ones or children or young projects or things that you have begun that promise to have a really good outcome in the future. These are things that you care a great deal about, and so you're feeling very protective, or you're feeling like a mother lioness protecting her young ones. Whether you have children or not, it's the same sort of energy. This is also standing up for yourself, which is reminding me of the Seven of Wands, which is your central experience. To really, I'm getting the word demand, but you guys being Pisceans, I know you're not going to go overboard with this, because normally you guys are quite humble and quite down to, quite genuine, quite egoless in a certain way. So I'm not alarmed by what I'm about to say, which is to demand respect. Demand to be seen, demand to be honored. Yeah, that feels really good for me to say that. I feel like perhaps you have withheld from having to take that stance, because that's not normally a part of your energy, is to demand anything. You guys are so easygoing. But I'm getting that this is your best possible outcome, is to assert yourself, to be seen, be heard, be honored. And if you are interested in love, it is possible that you may have met someone who shows these qualities, whether they're a man or a woman, shows great leadership ability and protective powers and creative power as well. This can be a performer, an artist, anyone who throws their talents out there where other people can see it. You may be attracting an ally in your life at this time as your best possible outcome to show you how to cultivate these qualities more in yourself. And also, I'm getting support. If you're going through a rough time by any chance, where you have to speak up when normally it isn't really your style to speak up this loudly, this is a great ally to have. And if you need emotional and especially encouraging support from someone else who has no problems taking that role, this person can encourage you to feel fine about taking that role and will support you in taking that role. So, very good, you guys. In the near future, you have the Nine of Wands, which is, again, wrapping up old things so that you can move forward on some kind of new journey or new goal in your life, or possible new location in your life if you're thinking of moving. So this is finishing up the final touches of everything that you have been doing up to this point. It looks like you're up for a harvest on all of the things that you have done and taken action on so far. And now it's just a matter of displaying or of showing other people what you have done or what you are capable of. You've already done a lot. You don't necessarily have to produce anything else. Now it's just a matter of showcasing, or, you know, when I think about the Seven of Wands and how he's in a position of defense, he does have higher ground. He does have to focus quite a bit in order to address these wands that are being thrown at him. And it's taken a step further with the Nine of Wands, where now he no longer has to defend himself at all. Now he just gets to show off what he's capable of, or to naturally what am I trying to say? To naturally, energetically fend off anything before it even comes. And so you don't have to deal with that in general, because I'm getting energetic shields that you put up around yourself that no longer allows things like that to come in general, so that you don't even have to be in that position of having to defend yourself or maintain your space. Perhaps there's a lot of people in your space or a lot of energy in your space, and you're not getting enough time to be able to focus or rest. And you feel as though you have had to make space for yourself or defend your own space so that you can focus. But in the near future, I don't see you as having to do that anymore. I see it as potentially just not even being able to get to where you're at. And then you can just enjoy everything that you have done so far and wrap it all up so that you can move onto a completely new journey, which is the Chariot in your central experience. Hopefully that made sense. I did pull a clarifier for this card. This actually happened twice in your reading, where I tried to get more information and I got a more negative card than what the original one was, which was the Eight of Swords, which is all about feeling stuck in your own head, not seeing what's available to you, not knowing how to get out, either out of your own head with negative thought patterns or circular thought patterns that keep you trapped in your own head. But because you got this as the original card, I'm getting that perhaps maybe in the past you have had a problem with this, where it was easy to get trapped in your head or to feel trapped in general in your life and feel as though you didn't know how to get out. But I don't see that anymore. I feel as though you are fully addressing this now in the near future, where that will no longer hinder you anymore. And you have done a lot of work on working through that mind state or external state. And you no longer feel trapped, which is great. So now you are in a position where you're having to wait a little bit, or you're having to be patient. You're having to allow things to unfold in their own natural timing. If you're waiting on some kind of a decision so that you can move forward, or if you are in the middle of trying to make a decision, or if you're waiting to see some kind of movement happen, especially with the Wheel of Fortune at your core. Things are definitely moving, but it may not be it may be underground movement for now. Pretty soon, I feel like you're going to be seeing external signs that things are definitely moving. But for now, I'm getting visions of roots growing, roots extending and going deeper before you start to see anything happen on the surface or above the surface of things. So just be patient and allow things to unfold in their own natural timing. Before you know it, you will see movement and you will start to see things grow. So I pulled a clarifier to go with that, and the same thing happened where I got a more negative card than the original one, which is the Four of Pentacles. So it's a similar situation. I feel like perhaps in the past, or the reason why you're waiting is because things have gotten so incredibly stagnant, where it's similar to the Eight of Swords, where this man feels trapped. But instead of feeling trapped by situations with other people or in his own head, instead this is trapped by obligations, duties, things he has to take care of or upkeep in order to have what he has. But as you can see, he's locked down. He can't move. He is trapped by his own responsibilities. And so I feel like you have fully realized that you have become way too stagnant, or things around you have become way too stagnant, and you're waiting for things to move finally. I'm even getting that perhaps your surroundings or the things around you, again, haven't been giving you enough space, or you don't have enough space for yourself. And I feel as though you have realized this fully. And now, not only are you making space for yourself, but you're making space and room for new things to come in that are much more growth-oriented and organic than what was there in the past. So, in your surroundings, you have the Six of Cups. This can be old loves. This can be soulmate, people that are soulmates that come into your life that you feel as though you have always known them, or you have known them before, but this is your first time meeting them. This can also be visiting surroundings that you used to live in. This could be returning back to a hometown, or returning back to the house where you grew up in, or returning back to relatives or dear friends that you haven't seen in decades or years. This is revisiting the past, or revisiting actual locations from the past. Perhaps I'm getting a good feeling from this card, so this could be revisiting a beautiful place that has very happy memories attached to it that you haven't been to in a very long time. This feels very nostalgic to me, or very sentimental. You may be remembering things fondly from the past, of wanting to get back to the way that things were, something like that. So, your clarifier for this is the King of Cups. This could be visiting the King of Cups, who you used to know in the past. This could be an old love returning back to you, or this could be, this could be a father, happy memories of your father, and something about returning back to the location or the land or the house is helping you to remember fond memories that perhaps you haven't remembered in a long time. That's one possibility. I'm not saying that that's true for all of you, but I definitely am getting that loud and clear for someone. This can be resolving things from the past, so you no longer carry unresolved memories within your emotional body. This can be, I'm getting fond memories of someone, either a big brother, or this can even be a woman, you guys. This doesn't have to be a man, this king here. It's just I'm getting pictures in my head, so I'm just going to tell you what I see. I'm getting memories of an older brother or a cousin or someone of your own generation in your family. It could even be a dear family friend or a friend of yours from your childhood that always stuck up for you, that always defended you if you had bullies or people pick on you or other kids give you a hard time. I feel like this person was your guardian, or this person was very protective of you and stood up for you in moments where you felt as though you didn't have anybody. And there's something about this memory that's rekindling something in you. You want to go back to the ocean, or you want to go back to water, or you want to go back. Even if it's just to visit or to revisit so that you can release this, or even literally going back to a location that has beautiful memories attached to it, that would make you feel like you're coming back home. Something like that. So if I looked at this in a different manner, for those of you that didn't make any sense for, I'm getting something to do with possibly a relationship that you're in. It could be possibly with a scorpionic type individual. This doesn't necessarily mean that they have to be a Scorpio, but they would definitely show the personality traits that represent this energy, which is protection, intensity of feeling, loyalty, integrity, very sensitive, very emotional, very much a spiritual warrior, or someone who means what they say, someone with integrity, someone who is takes their job as protector very seriously. Protection of the feminine in general as a archetype. This could be a man or a woman, keep in mind, but this is someone who is very protective of the feminine forces in nature, which are softness, nurturing, feeding, taking care of things. He's the one who takes care of the mother, or protects the mother so that she can do her thing. I'm just talking about an archetype here, not necessarily what they really do, but it's the energy of that. I feel like once upon a time, you guys had a really true love, or were extremely close, and perhaps you have become distant from each other, or things aren't quite the way that they used to be, and you're longing to go back to how things were in your surroundings. That's one way of looking at it. Another way of looking at this is concerning your surroundings. You want your surroundings to support you with letting go of anything from the past that is lodged in your emotional body that holds you back. So let's leave it at that. Your hope is for a brand new beginning, and this is a new way of action. So this could be, again, I'm getting something about moving, possibly to a new location, or going on some kind of journey or quest, or starting a new way, or a new way of doing things in your life. This can be a whole new journey in your life of manifestation and going towards your dreams. And this is what you want, is a fresh new beginning. This is also the just do it card, or go for it card. So your hopes are that you will be able to go for it. I hear my puppy crying, so I'm going to try to wrap this up quickly so I can go check up on him. So your general outcome is the Four of Wands, which is a new foundation. This could be a new home, a new business, a new piece of land, a new house, a new location, anything that's new in your life that promises to be able to get off to a really good start where it becomes stable, where you can realize it's fully there now. It's not going anywhere. It's set. The pillars are put in the ground. The foundation's down. This is it. This is the beginning of your journey. You can continue to add to this over time, and this gives you plenty of space to grow, plenty of space to be able to add to it, to grow it, to create new things to attach to it, all of those good things. So as your general outcome, this says that you will finally feel as though you have a stable new beginning that's growing well, and you can count on this. So with your best possible outcome, you can totally make this come about by believing in your own abilities and being protective of what you care the most about in your life, and by asserting yourself in a really healthy, wonderful way. And also being protective of this new foundation, or this new project, or this new situation in your life. And you definitely have help with this too. I feel like you have definitely loved ones and people in your life, and possibly even partners that are totally supportive of you on this. So focus on that instead of the heartbreak. Okay, hopefully that helped, or at least made sense. I wish you guys all the best, and I will see you in September.